Oh, hey, what's happening there, YouTube? It's Brian House here for Housemade, and today in this video we're going to discuss my top 5 2x72 belt grinder tips. Okay, tip number 1 is you want to set your platen perfect 90 degrees. Now for this you're going to need just a simple speed square. Line it up with your platen and your work rest and lock it into place. Then grab yourself a piece of scrap steel, say 1/4 inch thick will work, and you're going to want to grind that edge flat. Okay, just push it up against until all of the grind lines are flat the whole distance of that 1/4 inch. Then you're going to want to flip that over 180 degrees, touch it to the belt, and those grind lines and everything should line up. You should have no difference between that angle. And if you do, you know you're off. So you're going to want to unlock everything, reset, adjust, lock into place, and give it another shot until you get that perfect 90 degrees. Tip number 2. Keep a can of silicone spray around your shop. Spray the inside of your receiver tubes with it to keep the action of your tooling arm nice and smooth. It doesn't matter if you have a Revolution or any other kind of 2x72 belt grinder, it's really nice to know that you're not grinding away some of your tooling arm when you're sliding it in and out of the receiver tube. More lube is always the answer. Tip number 3. I know you've seen this little arrow on a lot of your 2x72 belts that you run on your machine, and it looks like, hey, I can only run that belt in that one direction. The manufacturer has determined that this is the best direction for this belt to travel across my grinder, and I gotta tell you, that belt will run in both directions just fine. That arrow is only there for you so that when you set up your grinder and you start grinding away, that initially, yes, you're gonna run it in that direction. Now when that belt starts to wear out, you can take it off the machine, flip it around, and get a little bit more life out of that belt. So just keep that in mind. You can run it in both directions. It does not matter. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4, have some good task lighting on your grinder. Now we use a magnetic LED sewing machine light that we get on Amazon. I'll have a link down in the description so you can find the ones that we use. If you're anything like me, your eyes are getting older and you need a little bit more light to see the things that you're working on. This will make you a better craftsman, better knife maker. It's just 100% worth it, especially for the cost. These things are like $20, $25 a piece. I have them all over my shop. We use them every single day. That is a great addition to your grinder. Now back in the day, we used to use these old machinist lamps. They were fantastic. They were articulating and everything. But jump into the 21st century. Get yourself an LED magnetic sewing machine light for your grinder. It will change your game. Tip number 5, get yourself a misting system. We sell these over at housemade.us. Make sure you go check out the links down in the description for one of these. They keep the dust down. They're magnetic. You can stick them anywhere. You can direct them to anything. I use them on my drill press, on my grinders, and on my saws, everything. And what they do is they keep the workpiece cool. Even if you don't have the water turned on, the workpiece can stay cool just by having the air blast, and therefore your fingers stay cool. It keeps the dust down. If you're working with hardened steels and you're grinding into hardened steels and you don't want to ruin your temper, a misting system is the answer. They're so inexpensive. You can add them to your sharpening systems and everything else. It's versatile, it's easy, and inexpensive. Every single 2x72 belt grinder should have a misting system attached to it. Just wanted to say thanks again for supporting the work that I do, and if you're interested in building a 2x72 belt grinder, make sure you go to my website, housemade.us, where you can find pieces, parts, and plans for that project. You can build your own from scratch. You can buy a kit from us. In any case, I think a 2x72 belt grinder should be in every single workshop. Thanks again, guys, for watching. I hope to see you on the next video. My name is Brian House, and this has been Housemade.